Me hearty. I've had a nasty head cold and has bit off. It has the entire upper registers of my voice. Perfect for LPN.
That is like the most badass pirate quote of all time, I think.
Yes. I don't know how I shall sing in the pirate tenor section tonight.
Probably better than these folks.
For lo, I can barely cough and or scratch out these words. Anyway, I imagine this is going to be an incredibly pleasant recording for everyone to listen to. I'll try and throw in a few, 10-second long hacking coughs. Oh, hey, a game. Hey, so welcome back to Return of the Obra Dinn, I guess? Yes, that's what we're playing. Hi, Matt.
It's great to be here. We have finished exploring all of the memories.
Yes, indeed we have. So, now we are faced with the task of solving the game. There is nothing left to explore. You have been presented with every single piece of information that you need to identify every single person on board the ship.
So why don't we do this? Let's just open to a random page.
Well,
I'll just identify them. Thomas Stephen, the cook.
There's that cold that I promised you. If I talk like a pirate afterwards, it makes it not bad audio.
Oh, it totally does. Yeah, it's definitely working.
Yeah, it's all part of the gimmick now. Now, you realize that this is a stupid thing that you're doing, right? Like, that was a joke.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, cool. So, what I might suggest as a starting point, there's two main ways you can do it. You can pick a person that you feel like you should be able to do and pursue them. Or what might be interesting is pick a chapter that you feel like you could probably close out. Like, go back to the end, maybe, and see what else you can fill in there.
Right, because was this the very first chapter that we experienced?
It was.
Okay.
So the critical thing is you're going to, at this point, be jumping around. You're not going to be just going through the entire game in reverse order or anything. Rather, you're going to find someone and start using like the bookmark settings or trying to cross-reference different memories. And I want to leave this really pretty open-ended. I don't want to direct you as opposed to let your own curiosity guide. Did you just bookmark every fucking memory where the fucking captain appears? Is that what you just did?
9 memories. Oh, remove all bookmarks.
Not the captain. Okay, cool.
No, I noticed that we still had some bookmarks up.
So
okay, I think starting at the beginning makes sense, and in this case, the beginning is the end.
Yep. And so this is one that starts by the captain's cabins out, like on the top deck, if you remember.
Right.
And just
if I pull this up, is this going to start a sequence, or is this just going to show me the dialogue?
It's going to show you the dialogue. And this is one of the elements of the game that actually does annoy some people, is you are going to have to walk from corpse to corpse as you do this final stage of the investigation.
Got it. Okay, so let's get familiar with this. So we've already solved this one, but just so I understand the anatomy of a page here. Outside the captain's quarters, if I press this, that'll show me what memories this person appeared in and let me solve it. Down here
is the dialogue of their death vignette.
So the X's are the person who's speaking. So in this case, it's the first mate.
The person who died.
Who died. Okay. So captain, open the door, kick it in. Unless we break it down and take more. Then those shells. Okay, so I now know what that means. Yep. You bastards may take exactly what I give you. And that's why this guy was shot by the captain. Okay, nothing to it. So let's see the next one. Here we're trying to figure out who this guy is, who was knifed by the captain. They're at the bottom of the sea. That's a lie. Okay, so if I want to revisit this in the actual game sequence, I can go there.
I will suggest, you see how this guy has one triangle over his head?
Yeah.
You definitely can figure out who he is.
What is the one triangle over his head?
That's the difficulty the game believes it is to identify that person.
Oh, so
this person they believe So honestly, actually going back to his death might not be the most important thing, as opposed to looking for other memories where he appears and seeing if any of them provide useful data. Because we know we don't get any clues to his identity here.
Right. Okay, so I went to this and this. First memory is 8, perished in the end.
Just bookmark memories.
Oh, just that. Okay.
Yeah. And now, actually, if you go back into that one.
Back here.
Into the memories thing, and then show memories on deck map.
Yeah.
All right, and this will highlight, here are all of the memories in which this person appears.
In the escape and the end. Now, this is actually pretty useful.
Yes. Oh, so look at that. That's actually, you can see in that picture for escape part 5, that's him. He was the dude who clubbed the guy.
Okay.
So that means he was an active participant in that drama. So that might not be a bad place to start when trying to figure out what's going on with him.
Right. And then we've got, he's in the Doom sequence. And is this the intro? Yeah, loose cargo.
He's probably just standing around.
A bitter cold, probably just standing around.
Or remember, that's the bitter cold sequence is when we have a bunch of people in their hammocks.
Oh, right.
So that might also prove useful. Although I know we identified all of the people we could definitively peg from just the numbers alone. But I will tell you, there is more you can learn if you are clever from those scenes.
Well, let's go check this. So, location of corpse for this one. He's going to be on the gun deck, which is one deck down, and just near the aft staircase.
Okay.
Okay, let's see if we can find that. So this is the aft staircase here.
Look at you using C words like aft.
I'm getting the hang of this. Okay, so he's going to be one of these.
Yeah, those are... Well, he's not one of those 2 corpses, obviously, but he's
that's going to be the memory.
Right. Or
and
both.
Is there any way to get more precision? Oh, I guess I can look at what the watch says. So that's going to be 9 and some change.
No. That's part 4. That's part 5.
How do you see part 4?
It's the minute hand. What number is a minute hand?
Doesn't matter.
The hour hand represents the chapter, I think.
Got it.
But I could be wrong about that. The minute hand definitely... Oh, no, it is chapter 9. So, yeah.
Yeah, you were exactly right.
So, yeah.
Well, that's all we got.
That's our dude clubbing a man right there. So, this one does not appear to give us any immediately helpful info on who he is. Note, however, that at this point you can now exit the scene whenever. And in fact, the cool music will keep playing the entire time you're in the scene, which is one of the really nice perks of revisiting everything like this.
So it's your expert opinion that we can't really learn anything interesting here?
Well, we didn't get much on this one dude. There might be other details we can pick up from the scene. I don't know.
But this guy's a 1-star difficulty, and
yeah.
I've decided to start with figuring him out.
Yeah.
So.
I'm mostly trying to kind of guide you through the general process of investigating a single person before I turn you loose and let you drive everything.
Okay. So a lot of useful dialogue in this sequence, and it seemed like there were a few people down here. Although maybe one of them fled?
No, so there is a kid listening next to the door who apparently got stabbed and is crawling off.
Right.
And again, this isn't helpful for our one dude that we were tracking, but I don't know, maybe you can learn something else. A big part of what you're going to be doing is just going back through the scenes and looking to see what new information you can pick up.
So was our dude in
There he
this sequence?
is.
He was with the club.
And
so he was just sort of eavesdropping on this. Oh, he's part of the mutiny, I guess.
no, he's the one who... No, the mutiny... The two quote-unquote mutineers are the two people locked in mortal combat right there, one of whom just shot the other. They were in the... If you remember, in the previous moment in this storyline, they were talking about, let's, sail east or whatever it is, or when we saw them talking... So we heard them talking about the mutiny right now.
Right. I mean, now that I think about it, I can just quickly skim all this. So it starts with this sequence.
Yep. And so after this guy dies, these two people who are currently locked in combat are left sitting in the room. And it is them that we hear talking in this scene about, maybe we should just take everything and go.
Right.
At which point the guy with the knife in his back right now cries mutiny, gets stabbed, crawls away, and one of the two of them is like, oh my God, what are you doing? No, and shoots the guy.
That makes sense. So walk me through how... So there's three people speaking here, right? So lines 1 and 2 and line 3 are between the two people in the photo on the screen right now.
Uh-huh.
As well as line 5 and 6.
Yeah.
But line 4 is by the person who's been knifed.
No,
That's a really good hypothesis.
Yeah, sorry, correct.
Correct. So that's a really good hypothesis, and I think it proved to be correct. How is it that you figured that out? That there were three people and that these were the three people?
We talked about this previously when we saw an earlier vignette in this sequence where we saw these two people right there sitting in the room right there where the bloodstains begin, talking to each other, and we saw the guy who's got the knife in his back crouching next to the door like he was spying on them.
Oh, I see.
We discussed this when we first went through how we can piece these two scenes together to create a story of this kid cried mutiny, one of the two of them stabbed him, then the two of them got into a fight about whether they should have done that.
Killed him. And so that implies that these people are just the people who heard the cry of mutiny.
Exactly.
So our guy in question here was on this deck.
Yep. And he's about to come down and club to death the dude who he just saw shoot an officer of the ship.
And he is with... we know one of these guys who's holding a gun is a seaman, and one is a carpenter's mate.
No, the carpenter's mate is not holding a gun.
Not holding a gun.
You don't know either of the other two people there.
So I guess seaman, based on the clothes and the association in this, and the fact that he's on the top deck, that makes sense.
A lot of people are on the top deck, but yeah, that seems plausible. Oh, you mean right now? Sure.
Yeah. So I'm at least willing to say unknown seaman.
Okay.
And then...
Pardon. I'll be right back. I'm going to blow my nose somewhere off microphone.
Does seem like... Wonder if we can get anything from the hat.
Okay, I'm back. Did you beat the game?
I did.
Cool.
I won. Do you think we can get anything from the hat? I mean, looking at England, Ireland, and Russia.
I don't think there's anything immediately, culturally identifying, but it is worth noting, hey, he is always wearing that hat.
Right.
I don't know whether that detail will be useful or not, but it helps certainly in picking him out. That is how I was able to recognize him in those little grainy photos you saw. Hey, actually... In that memory, can you open up the book page for that memory real fast?
Yeah.
We still don't know who that officer is, huh?
Interesting point.
Who's left?
Fourth mate, bosun's mate, surgeon's mate. Fourth
But
mate seems
yeah,
likely.
yeah, I would guess so. That definitely looks like a real. And do we know anything about the person who shot him? Like, maybe go back into the memory real fast, honestly.
Sure. I guess that's a good point. It's okay to
Right.
get sidetracked.
Yeah, and the other thing is, as you go through, you might discover, oh, since I last saw this, I have ID'd this person. And that means I can now ID someone else useful.
Okay, so this guy, I mean, he's got the fancy hat,
Interesting.
which is worn by the second mate, first mate, and captain.
And do we think, wait, is that the one who's getting shot now?
No.
Who's the one who's, oh, maybe, wait, where
Might
is
not be
he
the
in the,
fourth
where is
mate.
he in the, wait, where is he in the photo, in the drawing?
Here.
Huh. How many mates do we have? Wait, we do need to account for 4 mates, right?
Captain, first,
We think
second,
a second.
something.
Okay, so these 2 dudes are probably between them the remaining.
Here, third.
Oh, okay. So we know who the third is. Oh, interesting.
So based on the hats, I feel pretty comfortable.
Oh, it's
saying
maybe
this
that
is
guy's the
fourth.
last remaining mate. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so we don't actually know who that dude is. Some sort of officer.
Well, he seems to be commanding the folks with the gun.
But no. We know who that is. We know who the gunner
Yeah.
officer is. Huh.
Pursers wear fancy hats. I mean, I'm guessing at this point.
Purser keeps the books. Like, that means accountant. That is interesting. Well, I don't know who that is then.
I mean, helmsman, do I see they run the big ship's wheel, right? But there's no one at the big ship's wheel.
What do you mean? That dude right there.
This guy right here?
Look at the zoom in.
Oh, yeah, he's holding it. I mean, that could be an educated guess.
Sure.
Are there any other people, like helmsman's mates or whatever? I mean, the fact that he's touching it is tempting.
Sure, why not? And then we'll keep an eye out for if we ever see him at the wheel in any scene, that'll be useful. But yeah, okay, so we've got those 4 people with those tri-corner type or bicorn hats, and that guy does have a different hat. So I'm with you on probably not a mate, because we have 4 people wearing the same sort of hat as each other, and we know several of them are mates.
Yeah.
All right.
I am taken by the fact that this guy's wearing stripes.
Yeah.
Striped pants, this seaman, and these 3 are not.
Everyone has a distinct outfit.
Okay, so that's
Some of them
like
are
the hats.
Yeah, some of them are, well, I mean, sometimes the outfits are directly communicative, like the hats, but generally everyone always wears the same outfit, and that's just so that it's just to help you, the player, start to track them between scenes, basically.
Yeah. Okay, I'm with you. So I don't think we can go further than that.
No, I don't. I'm somewhat surprised.
Oh, but by an unknown attacker.
Yeah, we can now make a pretty good guess about who did that.
That was the 4th mate, right?
Is that what we thought? I don't know, just pull back out and double check that. Yeah,
4th mate.
Okay.
Okay. Well.
And let's zoom in on that dude on the floor who got knifed. Let's see if we can figure out anything more about them at this point. Oh, a midshipman. Have we identified any of the midshipmen yet?
A few. Not enough to... Oh, maybe it is enough to eliminate. There's only 2 left.
Right. And one of the other... So this guy gets... Wait, have you not put in a cause of death for him? No, he has.
Was knifed.
So he's knifed. And what about the other midshipmen that we don't know for sure?
How do I find
No, we
that?
know.
I guess I
just
go to
no in the image. Go back
Oh.
to the image. What are you?
But I could do it here too, because there was only 2 midshipmen that we haven't
Yes,
identified
that's true.
for sure. But there's only 3 midshipmen in the whole thing. Interesting.
Yeah. Oh, but it won't show you here because you don't know who the other one is. But if you go back to the picture,
This one?
the
Oh no,
drawing, go
the
back to the
photo.
drawing. Right. And you scroll your magnifying glass over to the other one. So we know he was burned and that guy exploded. Okay. So if we can figure out which midshipman gets exploded and which one gets knifed, then we can tell them apart.
Hmm. Okay.
All right, cool.
All
I
right,
think
so
we
we're
have,
outta here?
I think we've now done as much as we can revisiting the scene. But yeah, this is the general gist of it. You just kind of go back
You
through.
just get lost. You
Yep.
just explore and get
Yeah,
lost.
you go back through the scenes and you see what new stuff you can figure out. Maybe visit the other scenes that are just nearby.
I'm very mission focused, you know? I don't do side quests.
All right,
I
well
get
then
on
go
this...
back to this dude's memory map. Which of his memories are nearby?
Right.
Uh,
Does it show where I am? Yeah, it does. So he's in both of those, and then it ends on the escape. Yeah, we might learn something there, because he was running down the stairs.
Yeah, sounds good. Let's do it.
So that's in here, I
Yeah,
think?
that's the door with the bloodstains.
No, you're cut.
Akno. Interesting.
Don't leave me.
Bear up, son. I'll stay with you.
Tell Pete's mother I tried my best
Aye,
to pull him back, to save him.
you tell her yourself. Brennan, bring the surgeon's kit.
Wow, there's a lot of information in that
Yes,
scene.
there is.
Okay.
So,
So Pete's mother, so he must be Thomas.
sounds good to me. We still
We
don't
could
know who
probably
did
figure
it.
out his attacker if we go back a little bit, because I know more about those people now.
Yeah, but we still don't know enough. Yeah, we can't do it right now from this scene.
And this guy,
Ah.
oh, we already know everything about him.
Okay.
And was there anything else useful? Ock, Pete, and Brennan.
Och is just like going, oh no.
But it might have some cultural significance to it.
Yeah, but we already know who he is.
And it's just maybe Brennan. That's a topsman. Is this guy? He's listening.
Who is,
Seaman.
well, who is Brennan in the list? What is, it's strongly suggested that one of these two guys is Brennan, but,
Stop me if you see it.
no.
I didn't. Oh, Henry Brennan Seaman?
Is there a top man Brennan?
Let's see. Not a top man, Brennan.
Okay.
There is a seaman, Brennan.
And the dude with his hand to his ear is a seaman, we believe, based on his position in the sketch.
Right. And he's listening, and they're saying, Brennan, bring me that. And he's
Mhm.
listening. Okay, so let's do it.
Okay. Cool.
All right, that seems useful. Good work. All right. Oh, so then does that tell me anything about...
No.
Was that the
it-
guy I was looking for?
No, that is not a guy you were looking for.
Who was the guy on my main mission here?
Brennan, we think. Assuming you have successfully identified him, you were trying to find Brennan.
Okay.
So you have, as far as you know, though the game is not yet confirmed for you, completed that task.
Nice. Well, let's double check. So I wanted to go to...
He was in the
chapters,
end.
The end. Yeah. So I got Brennan was knifed by Robert.
Oh, now that is the other dude from this chapter, though. But I don't know. The top men tended. I mean, you could try. I directed you to hey, let's investigate this one random dude, because I knew he was fairly simple to track down, as we've just done. But you get the process now. Like, it's really a game of open-ended deduction.
Okay, well, here's my process. Knowing what I know right now, and based on the effectiveness of what we just did, I think I'm going to go through chapters and look for unsolved people with 1-star difficulty and just try and fill in the pieces. And I'm going to work backwards through the way that we experienced it. So do you remember what the next thing we learned was? Or maybe that's a silly way to do it.
No, and the Doom. Why don't you go through the Doom? And honestly, instead of looking for 1-star people, just go through the story. Maybe go through it in a forwards order this time.
So start with the Doom.
Yeah,
And
try that.
even though I've already solved this one, let me just remind myself what the script was at least.
Oh yeah, this script.
Yeah, this seems worth revisiting.
What an interesting script.
Be a shame if anything happened to it. Okay, I'm going to go up to the main deck here. On the port side?
Sure.
Port side, midship. Okay.
I love the sound of rain, honestly, from the lower decks.
Yeah. It actually got me thinking for a second that it was raining outside my actual house. And then I remembered I was wearing headphones. Okay, port side.
That was him.
That's, yep, that looks like the right memory.
So now you can start to really form some opinions about which chapter has the best music.
Huh.
Thought I'd forget. You killed my brother. What? That was an accident. No robes. It wasn't his fault. I saw the whole thing. Lies. I shouldn't have waited so long. No, don't.
So this guy has a brother. Which is how I knew that he was Nathan Peters, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Or guessed that he was Nathan Peters. I don't believe we've confirmed which Peters he is yet. But we merely noted Peters was the only repeated surname. They are both seamen. Nathan and Samuel. So he's one of those two.
Got it. And we don't know what happened to Samuel because he's not crossed out either.
Nope, but
Okay. So we've got...
Who is this guy that he's murdered?
Yeah, let's check that.
No, that's not him. Wait, is it? Oh, maybe it is. Never mind, I'm wrong. I thought it was someone different. Okay, ignore me.
Oh, and it said that it was clubbed by Nathan Peters, and we got that right.
Oh, so that's how we know. Okay, so we do know that it's Nathan. Cool.
So that's definitely Nathan.
That was a brute force guess that we made. Good for us.
Yeah, love it when those things happen.
Nah, this dialogue, it just...
All right, let me see. Over my dead body, you bloody Dane. All right, accident in the ropes. So that harkens back to like that lightning strike scene up in the sails, maybe?
Would someone accuse someone else of killing someone via lightning?
Well, it says the ropes.
Uh-huh.
So I assume that means that they were up in the sails or the masts together.
Those aren't ropes. Those are lines. Please.
It wasn't his fault. I saw the whole thing. The ropes. Okay,
The
so
ropes.
let me just... Table of contents here.
The ropes.
So we're in the Doom. Where did ropes come into play? I don't know. That's not doing it for me.
That was fucking hysterical.
What? The ropes. Oh, there's a glossary.
No. Ropes are ropes. The thing is that the what you were referring to as ropes is called the rigging or the lines. A cable used to control sails on a ship is never a rope. It's a line. It's just a terminology thing. No, ropes are just ropes. Ropes. What do you do with ropes?
Oh man, I got myself in the wrong chapter here. I was on the Doom one.
I mean, you
hang people.
You don't have to salt accidentally. Okay, well, sure. Do you remember any accidental hangings in this game that you encountered? Or purposeful hangings, for that matter?
This is where my horrible memory is failing me.
Yes, that's correct.
Point me to the right chapter, and then I'll pick it up. Because it was a big beat, right?
Let's just start from the beginning and work our way through.
Okay, we'll get there. Oh, the ropes was like, god damn it, you son of a bitch. This cargo. It was the ropes.
I was laughing hysterically earlier. Because all right, let's start from the beginning. And you jumped to chapter 2.
Hoist away. Lower away. Okay. It was the ropes. So this crushed by falling cargo, is this the one who was the stowaway, or was this the stowaway? That was the stowaway. So this is Peter's. God damn it. Okay, this is exactly the type of coaching I need, though, because...
Hey, you finished a chapter.
It was the ropes.
It was the ropes, bud.
Okay, that feels good. So
cool. Anything else of note in this scene while you're here? Just look around, maybe?
Or just double check if there was anything else interesting in the dialogue. No. Okay. So they get on a boat when the doom happens. So they were getting ready to flee. Oh, is that a magic shell he's got crushed behind that? No.
No, there would be rays coming out of it. What is that he's got?
Several books, it looks like.
Okay.
And a guy who's exclaiming. Okay, so this is how the Doom starts. It just starts with some people trying to escape. And what was the chapter right before the Doom? Hideous monster. So there must have been some time elapsed.
Yeah.
Is there any way to find out in the game how much time passes between chapter 6 and chapter 7?
I don't think so, no. However long it takes.
Sailing time.
Exactly.
I actually never looked at this. So they start in London. Wow, they don't really make it.
Yeah,
I'm in the Doom. Got it.
Right. So somewhere around the Canary Islands, I think, is where they decide to just turn around. Right?
Right. Where the murder calling.
Oh, but so consider this briefly, by the way. Go back to that map, would you?
Mm-hmm.
Remember, the calling is them escaping from the ship. So I know it looks like the route takes this weird... No, go. The route takes this weird jag sort of to the right, but really the Obra Dinn's route would connect from 3 to 5.
Got it.
Because number 4 is those lifeboats heading for the Canaries.
I wonder why it lets you pan the map all the way down here, though.
Because that was its intended route. And because this is the document you were given.
Got it. So this dotted line is the intended route. Yeah, that makes sense.
Not literally like it was going to sail precisely along that line, but roughly that's the path that was planned for the ship.
Interesting. Okay, so we did what we could there, and the artist was crushed by a terrible beast.
Yeah,
But maybe I can learn some more.
yeah.
No,
Well,
nothing
you're not
happened
going to
there.
learn anything else about him, but who knows what other incidental details might be in that scene that are now more meaningful to you. So it's
I
at the
gotcha.
far,
Front of the gun
yeah.
deck. Stern?
No, stern. No.
What's the opposite of aft?
God, I don't fucking know. Maybe it is stern. I thought stern was just another word for back, though.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Forward?
Yeah. Towards the direction of the stern. Fore. That's the word. Yeah. The stern is the back of the ship. Aft is towards the stern.
Ah,
The prow is the front, and fore is towards the prow.
got it. Ah, yes, that's right. This guy was just
Right.
taking a dump.
This is an educational LP.
Yeah, there's nothing to learn here. It's hilarious, but
Yeah,
there's nothing to
but
learn
what
here.
else is in the scene?
Just the monster.
Well, but can you get back onto the rest of the ship?
An interesting question. Oh,
I mean, this may or may not be relevant, but there are other people here. So there might be other interesting things happening here. You may as well look around to see what's going on.
yeah, because we got access to the hammocks again.
Oh, so there's a leg poking out of that one.
Does that sometimes let you zoom in on them?
No. Oh, and there's no detail on the leg, huh? I remembered you pointing out the stripy pants earlier, and I was like, ooh, is it Mr. Stripy Pants? But no, it's not. But wait, what was that on the other side? There's a, like, bright...
Just the tags.
No, the other side of the ship.
Over here?
Yeah.
Hanging, dangling sword?
Huh. Next to whose hammock?
Oh, 36. Okay, so that could be useful.
Who is 36?
Oh, right, because that's right, because I can go to the manifest,
Forward.
which is
Just
crew.
one more page forward, yes. Oh,
That is Topman from Persia.
okay. So Persian dude has cool sword.
Okay, good mental note. Okay, so next time I see a dude with a cool sword. Oh, wait, that might even be on the... Is there a dude with a cool sword here? I mean, if it's his signature thing, maybe he's holding it. In the painting.
I think the one in the center top is the one we thought was him. Yeah. So we think we know who he is already.
Still, good to follow up on every
Yes.
lead. Unknown Topman. I could say unknown Topman since they're hanging out together
But I
here.
thought we figured out, I thought we've accounted for all of them, but maybe not. Because remember there was that one where we were up in the rigging with them. I thought there were as many people in the rigging in that one scene as there were top men, but I could be wrong
might be
about
right.
that.
You might be right. But this guy, if that is actually, I can't quite see that number, but it's 40 something.
Yeah. But it's in use, so...
Oh, right. Is it in use? It's sagging like it's in use, but you can't see a foot or anything.
Yeah, I guess I don't know.
Okay. That's a stretch if we were to guess anything there.
Oh, hey, what's this?
That's a third mate. He's very tall. And a guy who's crushed, but he's carrying his food, so that might be the third mate's mate. What is that?
Steward.
What do you call
You're looking, the word is steward.
from India? Oh, third mate steward.
Uh-huh.
I'm willing to guess that.
Yeah. And that's what I mean about even in the scenes where they're not the major focus, there's all sorts of other little details.
Totally.
Like there was another leg hanging out of a hammock right there. Or I don't know if there's anything useful from it, but like
56.
Yeah.
Does not appear to be, but still,
Okay.
good point. All right. So let's find the third part of the Doom. And this is also on the gun deck. Oops. So I need to go back 1, 2, 3 large rooms just past the stairs.
There's a whole bunch of corpses all mixed together here.
Okay.
So look at the numbers on your watch.
So I want 7, part 5.
No, you want part
That
3.
seems right.
You want part 3.
Oh, right.
So yeah, I see that. That's the same one. You might be able to get them. Oh, there we go. Hey, that's part 3.
Right. This was where a whole bunch of bad shit went down on the gun deck.
Mm-hmm.
Cannons blowing up and stuff. Okay. So we got this guy. We don't know who this is.
The fact that he's down here
Yeah,
might
seems
mean
like a
he's
gunner.
seaman.
Seamen are the ones who
There aren't gunners. There is just the gunner and the gunner's mate. Although that might be... I mean, do we know who the gunner's mate is yet?
No? Well,
So-
maybe. Let's check.
Jesus fucking Christ, what are you doing?
This guy. Gunner.
So he's the gunner. Is there a gunner's mate? Does he have a mate?
Well, let's check.
He does. So that guy could be, or he could be a seaman. We don't know. So I would actually put him back to unknown for now. Because he's right next to the gunner, but so is another dude who we know to be a seaman. So.
Yep. And can we tell anything by their garb?
Not really,
Maybe
no.
not. Okay. Fair enough.
Oh, hey, it's Brennan.
Top men.
Oh, so apparently there are top men down here. So yeah, we really can't make any conclusions about that from simply being here right now.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't think that fills us in on very much. But that's okay. Can't all be winners. Any of these doors open?
Never. Doors don't open in memories.
Okay. The quest continues. Ooh, 2 people die here.
Yes, the 2 people who were hugging the cannon in the previous one.
Seems sensible.
Oh, but I know a deduction that we'll be able to make now.
So gnarly.
So, take a look at the dude who's
This guy?
Yeah.
Gunner.
Can we say anything about this now? Unknown attacker, but do we know who that was lighting the cannon?
Oh, great question. Let's see. That individual would be here, right?
It was the one who in the previous scene was getting crushed by the beast.
Right. So that was Abraham Akbar. See if I can spot his name here. Oh, here he is. Oops. And ditto.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a shame to attribute that to this guy. I mean, it doesn't.
Yeah, I know.
It wasn't intentional. But...
Now, I have heard, but I don't know whether this is true, that you can actually attribute this death to the beast.
Oh, interesting.
You might, you know what? Let's experiment. Why don't you change that dude to by the beast? And we'll see when that next confirms a trio for us, whether it'll take that or not. Because now you know you've solved the puzzle part of it, so I don't feel bad about telling you this variation. You did the hard work. It's these same three people. I don't think we've learned anything new about them.
I'm tempted to say that that's the gunner's mate.
I would want stronger evidence than that.
All right. I wish there was a way to I play crossword puzzle apps sometimes, and they have like a write in pencil versus write in pen option in the games. I wish they had that here, where you could be like, I think, but I'm not confident enough to put it down for the do I have 3 right thing.
Well, I feel like at this point we've seen that dude enough. We'll recognize him the next time we see him.
Fair enough. All right, just behind me a little bit. That's this guy.
Yep. Oh, so note, between the gunner, Wolf, and this dude, we now have 2 complete guesses.
She's keeling over, so the ship is getting flipped. And all these cannons are flying down. Okay, so I think I did actually.
Right, we just figured out who we think that is.
Well, we already know.
Right, well, we only just identified him as the steward.
Oh, right. Yeah. And this guy seemed new. So how did these people get here? So there must have been some time between the last 2 scenes.
That's the third mate.
Right, he was over here with his steward. He's running over to help, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And where was this guy all along?
I guess somewhere else in the back of the ship. I don't know. We don't really get much more here, I think. Yeah. Oh, but there's some people coming down the steps from above.
I just noticed that.
Oh, hey, that's our 3rd midshipman.
Right.
We can pin a name to him now. Oh, and if that would be a third complete guess. Hey.
So the beast worked.
All right, cool. And now we can change that other dude to buy a beast as well.
Or leave it for Akbar.
Well, yeah. But I thought you felt guilty about attributing the death to Akbar.
That's true. I really should feel guilty about that.
Whatever. And that is the other midshipman.
Nice.
Can we get through them up to the top deck?
Let's take a look. We cannot.
Okay. All right, cool. And is there anything else on that behind the stairs you can access, or?
Let's take a look.
Pots flying everywhere. Okay, so no, not really.
Not really. This must have been a fun game to make. Just like they're basically just all freeze frame vignettes. It's not like it's like a game that was made by somebody who had no animators working with him.
Imagine that.
Everything had to be freeze frames.
I think we should actually put a break here because we just had a nice little stopping point. And it's been like almost 50 minutes, and I've been holding back another big cough for at least 15 of those.
Okay, so just for my memory here, so we just finished 5, and then we've got a few more. Okay, sounds good.
Did you know, by the way, so my dad was into computers very early on and really liked, he got me into Myst when I was very, very young, like 7 or 8, and my brother and I would play Myst together or something like that. And I showed him this, and I think he would really like it. It's a really cool new take on puzzle games and just puzzle solving and deduction. And he's like, okay, I'll try it. And we discovered, A, he had never used WASD plus mouse look before as a control scheme.
Oh, wow.
And B, he played for about 30 minutes and got amazingly motion sick.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot with people who don't play a lot of video games.
Yeah, I had totally forgotten about that because Obra Dinn doesn't set that off for me at all, but some games still really, really do. I was never able to play Cairo just because something about it made me sick to my stomach immediately.
Yeah, that's kind of a shame that you didn't get to enjoy it. I actually think he'd like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you send him the videos. He could watch what an idiot I am trying to solve all this stuff.
I don't think he would like our videos. I don't know, man. That's not a good plan.
Touche.
Okay. Cool. Good work. So this is the way the rest of the game is going to flow. And next, I'm going to work really hard on increasingly taking the guide rails off.
Well, I feel like at least for the next few, we're at the part where I should be able to get a lot of the easy to intermediate ones banged out.
Yep.
I think it's going to be really challenging. I'm just predicting the last 6 are going to be a nightmare.
Yes, probably.
So.
But I'll try to do fewer of just the if for no other reason than that's amazingly sonically unpleasant when my voice can't do it in the first place.
Sounds good.
Anyway, thanks to everyone who suffered through this entire video. And if you abandoned me in my moment of weakness and horrible throat quality, well, fuck you. That's not my fucking fault. Anyway.
Well, I hope you're feeling better for our next video.
The ship shall come back to port soon.
Yar.
Oh, please, it's so stereotypical.